Hi everyone. Well, three times the charm. I accidentally deleted my video. The first one wouldn't film. The second one I accidentally deleted. So, three times the charm? Who knows? Okay, so I just have to laugh at myself for my stupidity. But okay, so I started the keto diet a few days ago. And what I've been trying to do is upload what I got in the mail today, which is a keto crate snack box. And I opened it. I had one of the treats in the box so far. It was very tasty. And so I was trying to do an unboxing. And at this point, I'm kind of going to give up on that. And, but what I ate so far is this protein grab-and-go puffs, baked cheddar, and they're like cheese puffs. They're like this big, and they're very crunchy, they're very tasty, and I will definitely want to eat these again. But in the box is this pamphlet, and in here they give you like here's a recipe for coconut shrimp and what to make with that. Then they tell you about what to do with your membership and an offer in here. Then on the back there's another recipe for pudding, and in the middle there's a couple more snack ideas, and it has some suggestions about getting back on track, and then there's some keto success stories in here as well. But in the box are some various treats and a couple drinks, and I look forward to trying them out. In the unboxing, it was not my goal to open everything up and sample it, so I'm saving the box to actually try out throughout the month until the next box comes to try new things. And when I find something that I like, I'll save the wrappers and look forward to purchasing more of these items in the future. So my intention was also to do another video which is about where I'm at and what my goals are and everything. So I have started the keto diet about 3 days ago. A few months ago, sometime last year, well, it's a little bit more than a few months ago. It was not quite a year ago, but last year, I experimented with the keto diet for 1 month, and I lost 40 pounds. And then I went back to my normal, regular eating habits, and I gained all that weight right back. When I lost that 40 pounds, I was able to get myself off of the oxygen, and which was nice because I hate being tethered to the oxygen machine. And I had gotten down from a 3X down to a 2X, and quite possibly I might be able to fit into a 1X, but I was definitely into a 2X, and I was feeling very good. My energy levels spiked up. My clarity of thought was so much better. And I was more awake. I was more alert. I wasn't a night owl anymore. I was getting up early in the morning, which is something that I have continued to do, even being off the diet. I have continued to be getting up in the morning, and I'm talking about anywhere between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning. Before, you wouldn't see me getting up before 10. But, so yeah. So the reason why I need to do keto, for me, is not so much to lose weight, which is definitely a goal, but my breathing is very hard. My clarity of thinking is like I get brain fog very easily. And when I was doing the keto, let's put it this way. I was a type 2 diabetic, and I was on prescribed insulin, which I couldn't use a lot of it. My doctor wanted me to use 10 units or 20 units. She actually wanted to try to push me to 30, but 20 was too much for me, so I kind of held at 10 units, and then I just got to the point that I made a decision. If my glucose levels was over 150, I would give myself 10 units of insulin. If it was under 150, I did not. And when I did that, I found my body responded much better. I am not suggesting anybody else do that, but against my doctor's wishes, I did it for myself. And the reason why is because when they were trying to get me to up my dosage of insulin, I would get the jerks, like the shakes in my hands, and that my knees would suddenly give out on me and I would drop to the floor. I didn't get hurt, but just suddenly dropping to the floor is not good. So I would maintain with 10 units of insulin. And I never saw my glucose levels go over 250. I think the highest I ever remember them being is 190. So I got to the point that if it was over 150, I would take it. If it was under that, I wouldn't take it at all. However, when I went on keto, my sugar, my glucose levels were averaging between 80 and 100. And my doctor was like so ecstatic. So she did one of those HG1Cs, and it dropped down to 5. So she took me off all the oral medications, and she took me off the insulin. So now when I had gotten admitted to the hospital, because I was already set as a diabetic, they wanted to continue to treat me as a diabetic, not knowing that my doctor took me off those diabetic medications. So she was really happy because I had gotten below 300 pounds, and I was very close to 200 at that time. So, because in her eyes, I had lost over 70 pounds. So at the time, I only lost 40. But at my heaviest, from when I was seeing her, according to her, I had lost over 70 pounds. So she was very happy with that. So my goal, I would like to be between 150 and 170. And I'm not going to sweat the small stuff if I can get myself down to, 170 is, I think I would be like on the heavy end of a size medium, but you know, I would be happy between 150 and 170. So that's my long-term goal. And my short-term goal is I lost 40 pounds in 1 month the first time I did keto. So right now, that's my goal now, is to lose 40 pounds this month. And the majority of that weight will not be fat. It will be water. And the reason why I can tell you that it'll be water is because right now my feet are extremely swollen. I'm talking, I have like big bubbles on top of my feet. And I might do one of those pictures and everything. I'm definitely going to do it, but I don't know if I'm going to upload it to YouTube. But I will definitely, maybe I'll do it to Snapchat or Instagram. I might do it to Instagram. But anyway, so thought someone was going to come in. The keto for me has been a game changer. When I was on a diabetic diet, they ridiculed me for making poor choices. You know, I needed to do this. It was my fault. And I was making poor choices. And when I would go in the hospital and they would give me a menu of options to try, do you know the food that they had in the hospital, as horrible as it was, because let's face it, they don't cook. They open cans. That food was pretty much the same garbage that they criticized me for supposedly eating at home. My doctor thought I was going to Taco Bell every day. And because I was, what happened to me is I had West Nile and meningitis, and the meningitis messed me up. So I have caregivers that come. So I had a caregiver that was with me, and she was like my regular caregiver, assisting me to go to the doctors. And she was like talking about my diet and everything. And my caregiver goes, I'm with her 5 days a week, and she does not eat any of that food that you're accusing her of eating. She eats homemade food. And she's not eating like huge amounts of it. She's like, if she has bacon, she has 2 eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and maybe 2 slices of toast. She goes, you know, like that, and she'll have like some fruit, like, you know, a little bowl of oranges or strawberries or something. And my doctor is like, really? And she's like, yeah. And when I have her in the afternoon, she'll have like, you know, a normal dinner like what everybody else has. She's like, she's not like munching on candy or anything like that, and I don't see any evidence of anything like that in her room either, or around the house. And so the doctor was like, huh. And so I'll tell you, this was my biggest sin, because everybody thought I eat a lot of sweets. I eat sweets, I enjoy sweets, I ain't gonna lie. But I don't live on them. My vice that I think was causing me the most harm is bread. So when I did keto and I gave up bread products, I lost all that weight really fast. Because, you know, when you can have the fat, it makes food taste good. It does not taste like diet food. And when you're in the hospital, they try to put you on no sugar, no low fat. It's miserable. And I started trying eating in the way where everything was like rich. And I don't mean like sickening rich. I mean like marbled steak. You know, good, proper, good marbled steak. And real butter. And cream cheese with the full fat. And we're talking yogurt with full fat. Foods like that, I was enjoying them. They tasted good. I did not feel like I was on a diet. The only thing I was doing is I was denying myself bread, potatoes, peas, corn, rice, things like that. Now, sugar. I did not eat things with a lot of sugar in it. However, if I had a salad and I put dressing on it and you read the ingredients and it's going to say cornstarch or sugar of some kind, like corn syrup or whatever, I did not sweat it. I went ahead and I put it on my salad. Because the amount that you're putting on your salad would be the amount of sugar I would have for the entire week or a part of a week. So I figured those small amounts was not going to be the death of me. And in that experiment, it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to continue that way. So now that I'm back on the keto, my intention is this. This is going to be a life change thing for me. This is not going on a diet. This is changing the way I eat for the rest of my life. And my goal is to get down to that goal weight. And then when I get there, then on the rare occasion, like let's say holidays, like, you know, holidays come, there's like what, 8 holidays a year, then I will allow myself those special treats, which will be something like mashed potatoes, a baked potato, you know, a burger on a bun. But I will not live on those things anymore. They will be rare occasion foods that I will eat on the rare occasion. And I will not fill up on those things anymore. Because now I know those things will put the pounds on me. And for whatever reason, my body just can't handle it. And now that I know this, you know, the correct thing for me to do is to live a lifestyle that my body needs in order to function. It's not, you know, about like a vanity thing that I need to look thin. It's about to being able to function and to be able to think. And when you have that word on the tip of your tongue and you're struggling to get it, and it's probably because you're having these brain farts from all that, what do they call it? It's not glucose. See right there. This is what I'm talking about, where I'm struggling. I know the word, but I'm struggling to think of it. Gluten. That's the word I want. Gluten. It's okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm doing these videos. Is because I want to be able to see, you know, I should be able to think and I should be able to talk. I'm only 50, I will be 54 in a couple months. You know, I'm too young to be going senile. So, you know, I still got a little bit of life left in me, and I want to find me a nice little fella and, just have a nice time with him. And I've been trying to talk to men, but they just want to be dirty old goats, and I'm not interested in dirty old goats. I don't mind messing around with a nice young buck, but not a dirty old goat. But, part of my healing process and makeover for myself is to do something about the way I look and the way I feel, which includes my teeth. And I'm being fitted as we speak for partials. I'm very embarrassed about, I'm not so much about the side teeth, but the front tooth. That's really got me embarrassed, and I'm not going to be like those girls were like, oh, I gotta hide, I can't smile so you can't see it, I ain't going to be like that, but I'm not going to be like opening my mouth and like pointing it out to you either, so. But yeah, so it's like all these things that I'm doing, that I'm working on, it's like if I share this stuff, I'm keeping record of what I'm doing. But, if someone else is having problems with it and like trying to figure out what they're doing wrong and everything, like how a lot of people don't know, it's like you can beat that diabetes. You can get it under control. It's not like I can say you can cure it, because you can't cure it, but you can get it under control. And, when you do things that you need to do, it's easy. If you put your mind to it and you stick to, like, keto, that's what everybody's raving about, the keto, because they can get their diabetes under control. And it's great, I mean, who wants to be sitting there, be poking their fingers in their gut with needles every day, multiple times a day? It's not fun. But if you change your diet and you get it under control, you don't have to do that so much anymore. I would still do it for maintenance, pricking your fingers, but you can get it to a point where you don't have to do it every day. Just like if you're starting to feel like a little slump or whatever, I would check it to see where you're at. And then, make some adjustments, to stay on track. Because a lot of people, it's like they think that if their blood sugar is around 150, that they're doing good. No, you're not. You're not doing good. You need to get it below 100. Not too far below 100. But really, for a woman, especially my age, it should be anywhere between 70 and 100. And 100 is at the high end. 70 is at the low end. You want that happy medium somewhere in the middle, like around 80. And, and how I figured out what foods affected me the most was by vigorously checking my glucose. And how I did that is I kept a very close record. Before I ate, I checked my glucose levels. And I jotted it down. There's an app called My Sugar. And that is a wonderful diabetes app, keeping track of where you're at with everything. If you're interested, look for it. It's on my play. It's called My Sugar, MYSUGR. But you check for every meal before you eat. You check your levels. You want to know where you're at. Then a half hour after you eat, you check your levels again, because you want to see how much your sugar spiked from before you ate and what you ate, how it affected you. And I discovered that foods with high fructose corn syrup made my levels spike. Sugar, it went up a little bit, but the high fructose corn syrup made it spike. For example, if I had pancakes with syrup, it doesn't even have to be a lot of syrup, just that, syrup, and not real maple syrup. I'm talking that crap that has a high fructose corn syrup in it, and imitation syrup. My glucose levels spiked with the pancakes and everything. That was like a big, wow, awakening moment. And we're not talking like a lot of pancakes. We're not talking like a stack of pancakes. We're talking 2 freaking pancakes that are like this big. And made my glucose go really high. And so I did that for a number of months to see what kind of foods, because you eat a variety of different foods. And on the My Sugar app, I documented everything that I ate. There's a place where you can document everything that you eat, and what your levels are at, what you weigh, how much water you drink, all that crap. So then when I got onto the keto diet and I continued monitoring my sugar and everything, my sugar level was dropping. And then it was holding between 70, it was like averaging about 85 every day. And so when I was showing my doctor, and that's another thing, doctors love that My Sugar app because they can see everything that you're doing at a glance. It's just scroll on your phone. And she had me do one of those H1G tests, and it came back. And it went from, I think it was 6.5, and it dropped down to a 5. And she was really ecstatic, so she took me off all that medication. And so she was like, keep it up. And I was very happy because, I had still a lot of my old diabetes needles and everything for my insulin. And those needles were, those needles were about 5 years old. So the other day I finally grabbed them off the shelf and I threw them away. Got rid of them finally. Because, everything's got an expiration date anyway, so don't want to leave that stuff laying around too long. But, yeah, so when you keep track of your glucose and you see what foods affect you, then when you see your food spiking, your sugar spiking after certain foods, you know to start leaving those foods off your menu selection. So pancakes is a no-go for me. If I ever eat pancakes again, I'm not going to allow myself pancakes more than once a year because, it really affects me. So, yeah, so I think I pretty much said what I need to say for now. But, let's see how it goes. So, I wanted to say that when I started my diet, I weighed 330 pounds. And then I weighed myself yesterday, and I weighed 324 pounds. So I lost some weight already. But it's water. I'm not saying it's fat. I'm not even going to go there. This is water. I have a lot of water retention. So don't get too excited for me. Except that, water weighs more and it's harder on your heart. So that's one of the things that I need to focus on is getting rid of that. Okay, so now I got that out of the way. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be, like, doing recipes or anything like that, but I know I want to, like, focus on how I'm feeling and everything and how it's affecting me. You know, like, you get, like, those headaches and things like that. I had that the other day. It was not fun. But it wasn't a headache up here. It was a headache back here. But, alright. Until we meet again. Ciao.